October seemed to be a busy month for higher education in the courts. The courts have been active between hearings on affirmative action and rulings on student loan forgiveness. Add in some information on personal safety, early decision admissions, a strike in the University of California system, and faculty firings, and you have a hectic time. Here is your chance to be up to date on this month's topics. Hi, I'm Margaret Meek, and this is How to Avoid Bumps in Your Flight for November 2022. The Supreme Court of the United States heard arguments on the role of affirmative action in college admissions decisions as a part of two cases that were filed challenging the admissions practices at Harvard and the University of North Carolina. Both cases were filed by an organization called Students for Fair Admissions. The cases questioned the admissions decision metrics utilized by each school. Both universities hold that they craft their incoming classes in a way that allows for maintaining their academic and personal standard measures while maximizing the level of diversity represented in that class. Students for Fair Admissions held that both schools are utilizing race-conscious admissions practices rather than admitting the students who rank highest academically with strong activities, recommendations, and interviews. This is not the first time the Supreme Court has heard an affirmative action case or an affirmative action case involving Harvard. In 1978, the court ruled that while race cannot be the only or primary determining factor, it can be a factor in balance with all other aspects, including athlete admissions, activities, employment experience, or even the legacy status of the student. All of these deciding factors should be above and beyond academic reasons. The universities argued they were conducting their admissions process within the previous Supreme Court decision. Students for Fair Admissions contends that the school's admissions processes were adapted in a way that denies admissions to some students based on the influence of their race, and that the universities are in violation of the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. An announcement of the decision on these two cases will be made in late spring. All educational institutions are keeping their eyes on the Supreme Court decision and reasoning. As the news on the pause in processing student loan forgiveness has been prolifically shared, we will provide just a few notes. The Eighth Circuit Court of Appeals has enjoined the Department of Education from providing financial relief to loan recipients who qualify for the program as the Department of Education has designed it until further appeals are heard. The court questioned the constitutionality of the program based on how the program was authorized, and the court indicated that the states who filed the suit had legal standing in the case. In response to this decision, the registration process for loan forgiveness applications has been paused by the Department of Education. Be in contact with your loan administrator for clarification on when you pay and why. It is often asked if college attendance is that important to the individual graduate's life. A recent study by the Colorado Department of Higher Education on the return a student receives for their investment in their college education provides some interesting food for thought. According to the study, students earning their bachelor's degree had an unemployment rate of 3.5%, while those with less than a high school diploma had an unemployment rate of 8.6%. Workforce participation jumps exponentially the greater the level of education completed. Bachelor's degree recipients are also paid $20,000 more per year than those with nothing more than a high school diploma or GED. It was also noted that 55% of Colorado residents graduating from the public colleges in the state earn their diplomas while incurring no loan debt. College, despite its expense, is worth it if you can work hard to get the most you can out of the experience. The Common Application has released information on the total number of first-year college applications filed by November 1st for fall 2023. These statistics reflect early action, early decision, and early enrollment applications sent to colleges and universities this fall by the Common Application. The number of applications topped 2,700,000 filings, and those applications were filed by more than 1,700,000 students. That is 26% more people filing applications and 43% more total applications filed versus the 2019-2020 early application timeframe. Fall 2019 statistics are being used as that is the last admission season that was not impacted by the COVID pandemic. The percentage of first-generation students submitting applications grew by 43% over that period. It is also interesting to note that 61% of these applicants within the United States were from the most affluent neighborhoods compared to 5% from the most economically challenged areas. Tracking the numbers as this application season continues will be interesting. Will the number of applications and applicants exceed the 2019-2020 levels? Will the socioeconomic background of applicants even out statistically? Keep your eyes open for those reports, as this will impact your application process. The safety of students remains a priority for all community colleges, trade schools, universities, and colleges. As you make up your college application list, please make sure you check out each school's federally filed crime statistics. Are they taking student safety for granted? Also find out how the campus safety or campus police offices provide information on how to protect yourself. For example, is there an on-campus warning system? Make sure you are signed up for that account. Does that system include warnings about off-campus crimes? Ask if the campus offers a program that provides safety contacts to help you get across campus safely at night, or an app that allows you to notify the authorities in case of an emergency. There are many other ways to protect yourself, so ask the experts for their best advice that they can provide. Arizona passed a ballot initiative this month that allows students who have completed a minimum of 2 years in Arizona high schools to be eligible to attend Arizona colleges at the in-state student tuition rate, no matter the student's citizenship status. As out-of-state tuition can cost up to 150% of in-state tuition, these savings can be significant. We have spoken about the validity of college rankings and how to utilize those rankings in your college selection process. The newest movement in the rankings front is in the ranking of law schools. Yale, Harvard, Columbia, Berkeley, and more law schools have decided they will no longer provide information to the U.S. News and World Report law school rankings process. They don't see an advantage to participating. U.S. News has responded that they will continue to rank those law schools with data they collect on their own, much as they did with Columbia University's undergraduate admissions information this past year. Keep this in mind if you are searching for a law school in the future. Academic workers and other support staff in the University of California system's 10 schools have gone on strike. This is up to 48,000 workers. Research and classes have been halted as the strike continues. The workers are demanding pay and housing adjustments. Negotiations continue. So how does this affect you? Every member of your school's community touches your ability to be educated, as we have seen for decades as high school teachers have gone on strike. Your education may be harmed if your instructor is not in the classroom or lab, and the cost of attendance at each school is impacted by the benefits paid to all employees. At the same time, if the individuals providing your education or research supervision cannot focus because of the challenges not being addressed by the university or school district, they will be unable to provide the best education possible in the classroom. In a workforce management policy move, Emporia State University has let 33 tenured faculty members go. Because of declining enrollment and dwindling finances, the administration believes they have been put in a place where cuts need to be made. In this case, tenure was not protected. While adjunct or less experienced professors will cover the faculty positions, the level of education may be negatively impacted. Not only has the process led to questions and the appeals process drawn critiques, but how the firings happened was also blasted by the Faculty Senate and others. As those faculty members have risen in the pay scale, they have become financial savings targets in several educational institutions. Emporia State is not the only university managing its lack of income by removing long-serving and sometimes tenured faculty members. This is a trend we strongly recommend all students and parents track. How are faculty treated in the schools you are attending or are thinking about attending? Winning the strange story of the month for November 2022 is the case of the man who lived in Stanford residence halls pretending to be a student for more than 10 months. The individual lived in the basement of at least 5 residence halls throughout that period, and he returned to the halls even after being confronted by authorities. While Stanford, like most residential schools, has policies on the entrance to the physical facility, it seems that this man ingratiated himself with those around him and blended into each hall's community. so his being there did not stand out as strange. The man has been notified that he is no longer welcome on campus. We will keep looking for stories and incidents that help you better understand the high school and college experiences with the intent to interpret the information for the betterment of your education. If you found any of this information useful, hit the like button or consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear what you are thinking.